Hello and welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. I'm so excited to be coming to you today with another guest interview. We had some solo episodes last week, but we are back on the guest interview train, and we have a really fun one today lined up for you. Excited to see where this one goes. We have none other than Randy Chun on with Magnolia Landscape, and this is going to be a very unique podcast. Let's go ahead and preface it from the beginning. Randy's on the line here, and we're going to have some really in-depth conversations today, and this is a little call that we wanted to have, just kind of talk some business, talk shop, and I was like, hey, man, what if we just hit record and kind of dive into stuff and let everybody else listen and tune in, because I think that your story is going to help them, and I think a lot of people can learn from this episode. So without any further ado, Randy, how you doing today, man?
Good, man. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. We were just sitting here talking, came in after a long day. I know you had some snow plowing to do. It was a holiday, but you didn't get the whole day off. Had to do some snow plowing. I'm watching everybody get that snow. I heard that North Carolina got like a blizzard.
Yeah, man, it was a lot. Did you do any plowing today?
No,
I know you're like in our area, right?
No, well, yeah, I'm down in Alabama, so we don't get. We're far enough. I don't really get much. If we get 1 or 2 inches, that's about what we're going to see for the year. So. It was all rain. When the storm came through, we got the rain portion. We didn't get any snow.
Oh, I got you. But yeah, we got hit pretty hard. A lot of us did.
Yeah, I had a basketball player of mine that was actually drove up to North Carolina over the weekend, and they said that there was like 2 inches of ice under the snow, and they were snowed in, so they're gonna be late getting back and stuff. But I was like, man, I don't know. I enjoy seeing the snow, but it's too cold for me. I'm glad I live down here. When I walked outside today and it was like 35, 36, and that was the high today. And I was like, I cannot live anywhere where it's like colder than this. It's just miserable. So I know y'all are. What part of Carolina are you in? Charlotte?
So I'm actually an hour away from Charlotte.
Okay.
So, but we still got hit pretty hard. Like all of us did.
Yeah, so it covered everybody.
So, yeah.
Good deal. Well, that's cool hearing the snow. I love hearing everybody's region and what all kind of weather they get, because it's just it's very different. The climate's different everywhere you go, even in the States here. So, well, Randy, let's go ahead and hop into it. Like I said, we preface this with it's going to be a fun and it's going to be a unique podcast, probably more unique than one we've ever done before. And I'm really excited to see where this takes us. So why don't you just fill everybody in on kind of where you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are today, and then we'll kind of hop into some stuff as we go from there.
All right. So my name is Randy Chun. I'm 20 years old. I'm wrapping up my last semester in turf grass and horticulture. I'm getting my double major in that. And I'm currently working for the Panthers right now. I'm a groundskeeper for them. I just wrapped up my this past football season, and it went pretty good. It was definitely a good experience, something that not everybody can, doesn't happen a lot. And I was just really lucky with this opportunity. I couldn't pass on it. So that's where I'm at now. And I was telling Jeremiah earlier that this year we're having a new MLS team. It's a Major League Soccer team that's coming in. So usually we'd have a break between now until football season. There's obviously the growing season, but this new soccer team is starting in March. So we're not getting much of a break. It's just
you're going to be busy.
January. Yeah, we're going to be busy, man. And we got concerts this summer that we also got to work. And, the soccer games, and that's going to run into football season. So it's going to be a long year. It's going to be very busy.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, tell everybody how you got on with that gig. That's a really unique thing. I know Paul Jameson always talks about he worked for the head coach of the Falcons, and he loves
Yeah,
promoting
yeah.
that as really good customers of his. And why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with another NFL team here?
So, it all started with I saw a job posting on the Sports Turf Managers Association. It's a STMA. It's a website that promotes a lot of professional jobs in sports management. So if anybody's interested, that's something that you could look into. They have conferences and all kinds of stuff. And I was looking on that website, and I saw there's a position for groundskeeper assistant. And so I looked into that, and I just emailed him just for the heck of it, honestly. And he, ends up emailing me back. He was like, we could actually use you as an intern for this season, and you could work. We'll need you for this upcoming season or whatever. And it kind of just happened. And so, but I remember my first year in college with school, there was also a full time position open, and I wasn't able to get it just because I was in school and it was my first year, which was a bummer. But um, so a couple months ago they had that opening before the season started, and I kind of just got into it, and you know everything just happened.
Yeah, it's gone uphill from there, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah. And so as soon as you finish the season with them as an intern, it's kind of like, do you want the full time? You can go on full time if you want to, or you can just call it quits there and have that on your resume. But like I said, I got in at a pretty good time, so I don't want to just throw that opportunity away
Yeah.
because I want to try this new MLS deal and see how that goes.
So how many? This is your second year with the Panthers.
Well, this is my first season, yeah, first year, but then this will also be my first Major League Soccer year.
Okay,
So
so you interned, and then now they're offering you the full time position. Is that right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
All
this
right.
year, yeah,
That's cool, man. That's a really, like you're saying, it's a very unique situation you're in there. With the MLS and stuff. So when you say full time, they're gonna keep you on 12 months out of the year and all that.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, there's gonna be events like back to back, games, concerts, and all kinds of stuff. So it's a full, yeah,
So
it's
you're
a
gonna stay busy,
all year.
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
There's
you.
not. It's a commitment, and there's also like I know there's a few teams out there. I know the Patriots do it, but they got an MLS soccer team that they have their games on Saturdays, and the following night is a football
So you
game.
got to get the
So
whole field repainted for the next day.
yeah, yeah, and they do that. They pull an all nighter, and so that's something we're gonna have to do.
Wow.
So it's a grind for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And where are you at in school now? Update us on that.
So I'm finishing up my last semester. I got just this spring semester, and that's when I can go full time. Officially full time. But
I'm assuming you have to be licensed and all that to be a part of the crew, or
yeah, yeah,
you have to have a degree.
yeah. You got to have that. That piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in school right now for the horticulture. Oh man, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Horticulture. You're finishing up here. Tell us a little bit about your Magnolia Landscapes. That's what I kind of introduced you in here as, and I know you said it's kind of a side gig. So tell us a little bit about that and what your thoughts on that are going to the future. I know you're in a pivotal spot between trying to decide what to do, and we'll kind of hop right into that now. Kind of tell us about the whole Magnolia Landscape side of things.
Yeah. So when I started my degree, all my friends, they were doing it. They were having their own landscape company, and so I kind of got into that. And I started doing it, and I fell in love with the whole landscape side of things. And so I was like, and I know the money's there, but it's not all about that. I kind of just fell in love with it. it doesn't feel like I'm, working or anything. But I started with that my first year, and it started picking up. And then so I've been doing it as a side hustle. And then last year I actually pulled the trigger and bought a Ferris, a stand on. It was something I was been looking into, but I did it, and that's when I realized, like, I could do this, turn this little part time thing into a full time thing, and that's where I kind of that's where I'm at right now. And
Yeah.
word of mouth really really works. Like, that's something that I haven't really done much advertising. It just kind of happened.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
mean,
said,
hey,
one
it's the best kind
customer
of
after
advertisement. When you
another.
do good work, it's gonna show itself.
Oh yeah, and that's so true. And whenever I first started, I always heard that, but and it's true. Like, I thought I had to market and do a lot of marketing and all that, but it all just
All kind
happened
of
so
fell in
quick.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So last summer, I guess, is when I kind of got a taste of doing it full time. So I started off with, I had like my first year in school, I had about maybe 3, 4 clients, and then from that to last summer, I had about 12, I'd say. So
Yeah. So
with
you
that, it was
definitely
just
grew.
all word of mouth. Yeah, yeah, I definitely grew, and that's when I decided to pull the trigger, because I went from like 4 clients to 12 accounts, and they're pretty decent ones. And I was just,
Weekly or biweekly, if you don't mind me asking.
I had some weekly and some bi-weekly, and then I had some contracted ones. I had a few that were all year.
Oh, cool! Wow, that's
So
man. So with
yeah,
12
yeah,
12 accounts, you had contracts weekly and biweekly. You had a mix of all of it.
yeah. I had a mix of everything. So yeah, yeah. It was definitely going somewhere from what it looked like.
Yeah.
But um,
So you tell
yeah.
me, did you slow down like as school started back?
Yeah. So whenever you're in school, there's not really much you can do, because you got school. You're in there, from 8 a.m. till like 2 p.m. And the only thing I had in between classes or after school was mowing a couple yards here and
Yeah.
there, and it's on your own time. So that's what I was doing for my income at the time. And well, now whenever I started with the Panthers, I kind of just like threw it off to the side, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So you
I
just kind of
still
let the
had my
Panthers take the lead spot.
Yeah, except like the contracted ones. I still finished some my fall cleanups, and um did a couple projects for them in the winter, stuff like that. And but I kind of just all after mowing was done, after the growing season was done, after everything went dormant, I kind of just
Well, I'm sure
threw
the
it off to
Panthers
the
took a
side.
big chunk of your time at that point too. I mean, that's when football season's really ramping up, and I'm sure y'all are staying
Yeah,
busy.
yeah. And my thought was I could, do the whole mow, blow, and go in the summer, and then once football season starts, I could do that. But it's a commitment. You can't really just have a side hustle, I guess you could say, because that takes up a lot of your time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
it does
so
take up a
it's
lot of
just
time.
hard.
What are you?
Yeah.
So let's hop into this a little bit. I want to see. I want us to go through here and really just discuss your options and what are you looking like. And this isn't advice for anyone else out there. We're just really going to be talking about your situation specific. And if people will like it and they want to take and implement it, then feel free to do so. But we're not handing out advice and we're not recommending things that you should do. We're going to go through and talk about what your situation is. So.
Mhm.
What's your living situation like? You live at home, you live with your parents, you live on your own. What does that look like?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually with my girlfriend right now. I live with
Okay.
her, and I was actually living in Charlotte because I was driving back and forth. I was driving, and an hour, because I live an hour away from Charlotte, so I was driving an hour back and forth.
For sure, yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
said Charlotte at the beginning. I was like, oh well, he's got to live close to
yeah,
there.
yeah. So I ended up living with my buddies. I ended up living with them. That they go to UNC Charlotte, so I was living with them at the time, just to kill, that driving time. But they finished up their semester, so I kind of had to go back to back home.
Yeah.
So I've been doing the driving, the hour driving, and so we got to be there at 6. So I got to get up, pretty early, like around 4:30. I usually get up,
Wow. You're up
and
late, man. It's late for you. You should already be asleep.
yeah, but it's all good. Got to knock this podcast out.
Yeah, I hear you. Late night grinding. Well,
Yeah,
so you're out on your own. Well, I mean, you got your girlfriend, but you're paying for expenses to live on your own. Is what I mean. You're not just living at home for free.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you have responsibilities outside of there. So, what are your thoughts with the whole landscaping? I mean, let's really just talk. What are your thoughts on it? What is your genuine thought on the whole landscaping side of things? Is that something you think you want to pursue, or you don't know how to go about it? What are you thinking there?
Well, I know that's exactly what I want to do. I just see, like, I've always wanted to own my own landscape company, be an entrepreneur, and
Yeah,
being my own boss. And it's every year it's just I think about how I should be doing this full time, not working for somebody else.
for sure.
Working for their company, because at the end of the day, you're working for somebody else's,
You're making somebody
for
else
somebody
rich.
else. Yeah, you're working for somebody else's dream
Yep.
when I could be doing it for myself. And I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was on Paul's. I was listening to Paul's podcast the other day, and it was the episode where he had Ramy from Ramy's Landscaping.
Yeah, yeah. He's right in here,
Yeah,
right from around where I am.
yeah. I was listening to him. Shout out to him. But I was listening to the one where he said, if I could give some advice to the younger version of me, it'd be to start early. And that's when it hit me. Like, I'm only 20.
For sure,
So by
bro.
the time, and all the guys I work with, they're like in their 30s and all. And, I'm just sitting there thinking, like,
Yeah.
by the time I'm their age, I could have
Imagine where you
a
could be in 10 years.
well-established,
Yeah.
yeah, a well-established company. And that goes for all of us. And for you, I know you're around my age too. So, just think about where we'd be at, 10
Yeah.
years from
No,
now.
I think
with our
that's
own-
the biggest thing that I hear when I hear from an older generation
Yeah.
is I wish they say I wish if I could tell myself something earlier, it would be smarter when I was younger, make the right decision when I was younger, and start earlier. It's like investing. Start investing when you're 20 years old, not when you're 30 years old, because that 10 years of compound interest is really going to add up
Yeah.
in the long run of things. So you're all right about that. You have the advantage of starting young right now, and definitely taking that. So it sounds like you have the hustle and the want to be an entrepreneur. And I agree with everything you're saying there. Every time you go work for somebody else's company, you're just going and fulfilling their dreams and making them richer. And that's not to say everybody has to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not made for that, but it definitely sounds like you have the desire to be one. So, with that being said, with that being the case, what are your thoughts on the Panthers job now, full time? You're saying it is an NFL job, so it's like, man, this is something that's kind of hard to give up. What's holding you to the Panthers job as opposed to going full time in the landscaping?
Yeah. Well, it's just, it's a really good opportunity. It's, like I said, I told you earlier, like, I got in at a very good time. Like, this was the first year we messed with artificial turf, so I got to experience that, and it was all new to us. And then just with this whole new soccer team coming in, like, this is whenever there's a new team in town, their first year is always a big deal, and it's just cool. I'll get to be a part of that. And it's really good to have on your resume as well. It's just, I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
No. Hey,
it's just
this is
you know
honest. This is real life stuff. I like hearing this. We're talking through this.
yeah
So let me ask you this, and you can stop me if you don't want to answer stuff, and we can divert to something else. But I think this is really going to bring value to people in hearing this real life conversation. Is if you say it looks good on your resume, why do you need it on your resume? Like if you're going to be working for yourself, do you want it to tell your customers that? What is
that's
the whole resume
that's
thing?
what I was thinking about. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, does this really matter if I want to work for
If you're
myself?
gonna build your own
But
dreams and create your own future, why do you need it on your resume to give to somebody else?
exactly, and even having that degree, that background, that having that education is cool and all, but think about all the people that that are big with their landscape company and they never went to they don't have a college degree.
Yeah.
And so schooling is not all that, but it's just definitely it's definitely something that I don't know.
No, hey, it's all good. This is real life. It's real life. So
Dude.
I think you're ahead of the game with the education, though. Don't discount that. Like
well,
having
see, I
having the
got a lot
education
of
is going to really help you in the long run.
yeah, it definitely has. And I got a lot of people that would tell me like, you're really ahead of the game. Not a lot of 20-year-olds get that full-time position or get that opportunity to work in the NFL team.
For sure.
And that's true. Like, all the people that I'm working with, like, they tell me that, like, you're in a good spot, and also doing my own, little landscape side hustle that I could, turn into my own, turn into a company, really, something big.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So on the land, back to the landscape side, we're kind of jumping back and forth here. Have you thought about? I mean, what are some options, and what are some options that you have thought about? Would you be if you really like the NFL job and you enjoy it, and you enjoy the work you're doing and that type of thing? What would stop you from maybe just trying to hire a foreman to try to run it for you and to start it out like that? Just start it out as somebody else running it.
Yeah, I've actually thought about that. I had a buddy of mine that I used to work with, and we've been thinking about starting, a landscape company like that. And we thought about just, him mowing, doing that while, us both run it. And then obviously I'll be at the Panthers, but whenever I can get my hands dirty with them, I will. But but lately I've been just wanting to be, a solo owner operator type of company.
Yeah.
Just because right now it's hard to trust people with your landscape company, because I hear a lot of stories about that, and
you just got to find the right people. That's
you just got to find
that's the
right,
biggest thing.
Yeah,
It's not bad to have people. You just have to find the right ones, and it's hard to do right now. But you just got to be willing to put in the work.
And I wouldn't want to hire somebody or do something with somebody until it's kind of well established.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, so I have the systems in place and all that, and
and what are your hours for the Panthers?
It's usually from like 6 to 3, but like in the off season. But whenever we have when it's in season, we there's no telling when you get off.
And you're going to be in season because of the MLS thing.
Yeah.
So there's no.
There's no telling.
You really are stuck in between a rock and a hard place here. There's really no way to keep doing the whole side hustle because you're not going to have time.
No, there's not really. Yeah, and like I said, if they're with the soccer, they have night games. They start at 8, so soccer games will last till about, if it starts at 8, the game won't probably end until about maybe 10, 9, around that time. But after the game ends, we got to clean up, pick up everything, take the nets down and stuff like that. So I won't leave that game till about maybe midnight.
And then you got an hour drive home.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, like I remember so that we had an ACC championship game, and that started around 8, and it didn't end. That game didn't end till 12. Like fourth quarter didn't end till 12, and so obviously it was a championship game. So that they had their ceremony and brought the stage out and handed the trophy, and then after that, obviously they had confetti, and so
Oh, y'all got to
whenever
clean all
that
that
ended,
up.
yeah, like nobody knows, but yeah, we got to clean that up. So as soon as that, everybody left. We were there till 2 a.m. blowing. Yeah, we had our backpack blowers just blowing the confetti, trying to get it to one corner so we could pick it up. And this was like around 2:30. We didn't get off till that time,
Mm.
and then I had to drive back home.
Yeah. Well, that's it,
So
man. That sounds crazy. I mean, and think about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to influence you one way or the other. I'm just leveling with you here. Is that really a schedule that you want to keep? I mean, is that a schedule
that's
you
the
want to
thing.
take? You want to take for the rest of your life?
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
I
if you got a
mean,
girlfriend and y'all want to maybe start a family one day or whatever it may be.
oh yeah,
Um,
and that's why I'm big on having my own landscape company, because it's scheduling, having your own schedule, being on your own time,
yeah.
and so I'm really big on that, and especially doing something that you love doing.
All right. Well, let me ask you maybe a tough question here, but we've gone through the whole. What are your thoughts on both jobs? What do you like about them? How do you what do you think about in the future in your spots there, in the landscape and the Panthers? What do you say? What do you think is the biggest thing that's holding you back from going full time in the landscaping? Like what's keeping you on edge? Because it sounds to me like that's really what you want to be doing. At the end of the day, it sounds
Um,
like that's your goal. That's what you want to be, but you're hung up on the Panthers because it's a rare opportunity. So what's holding you back from going full time landscaping?
Probably just the fact that um right now I kind of need that 9 to 5 to pay the bills, and
So
then
the money.
just paying the bills, and
Yeah.
but building my company, because I'm still in my early stages. I'm not where I could. I don't have
The
the boat
boat's not
close to the
close enough to
dock.
the dock. There we go.
Yeah,
See?
that's exactly it.
No,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
and
so
so
so you're just not at a place where you think you can financially make the jump
mm,
right now.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and
I
but
mean that sounds like you're in a good place then. I mean, so do you think you've made up your mind that's what you want to do? I mean, at the end of the day,
um, in the long run, I definitely want to own my own landscape company for sure.
yeah,
Especially having everything that I've learned these past few years, and be able to put it into my own company, because I've really been thinking about, not many people around my area, know how to take care of a sports field, like, a football field. They don't,
yeah.
there's a lot more than just mowing and going with it.
Well,
You gotta, there's a,
that's exactly. I don't mean to interrupt you. That's exactly
no, you're
what I
good.
was going to bring up here in one of our points is you say you want that on your resume. You want the experience from the Panthers on your resume, and it would look good. I'll agree with you. It looks really good on your own resume for your own company
Yeah, yeah.
when you
That's,
can take your company to the city and say, "Hey, look, I have this experience. Our company can keep up all your municipal fields, all your rec league, football, soccer, baseball fields. We can do that." And you can go to
yeah,
churches and say, "Hey, you got a soccer field or a baseball field? We can keep that up." Or you go to high schools. You can go to the board of the education and say, "Hey, look, I had this experience. I can do that. Our company can do that.
yeah,
We're trained in that."
yeah. And so in my area, every so often they have bids on the schools,
Yeah,
and to the maintain of the mow, blow, and go, all that, just for the property. But they always leave out the sports fields, because they leave that up to the coaches or whoever, and they don't know better. They just scalp it and put some lines down, and call it a day.
yeah.
But that's something that I
That's not
know how
their
to do.
it's not their priority. Their
Yeah.
priority is winning football games.
Yeah, yeah. So that's obviously something I've been thinking about. Having that contracted out, and eventually getting all the schools, really, because that's something nobody in my area really knows how to do.
No, that's man. I'm on the same
Yeah.
page with you. I think that is your open door for your company right there. I think that.
Yeah.
I think your turf ability and your turf knowledge is what could take you to the next level and really help you get that boat close to the dock. And so I don't know, the whole Panthers thing sounds like it's like a cool gig for sure. We don't need to get into numbers of what you make and all that, but obviously it's paying the bills or you wouldn't be doing it. So I don't know do you think you want to, what would it look like to do that for one more season and get through this summer and maybe try to pick up a few yards here and there through the summer when the days are longer, build your clientele basis a little bit, and then at the end of the season next year, you kind of go full-time in the spring of 2023. Have you thought about that?
That's something I've definitely been thinking about is, going full-time this year, just seeing how things go, work a soccer season, work a couple concerts, and then work this last football season. I've really been thinking about it, and then going next year and, maybe go full-time with my own thing. But it's just, every summer I always get the same thought in my head, like, man, I should be, going full-time this year, or, this year I'll go full-time, or,
No,
I keep pushing
you're right.
it back.
You can't push it back forever. No, the
Yeah.
time has to come where you have to do it. It's going to be a leap of faith. And me and my wife were actually talking about that over dinner tonight. We were talking about there's going to be times in our business where we lose money, and there's going to be times where we're struggling and we don't have everything the way we want it. But that's part of the journey. That's part of the hustle of entrepreneurship, is knowing that you have the heart to bounce back and the want to keep going. What do you think? What is holding? Like, what do you have to do to get the boat close to the dock right now in your landscape business? Is it equipment? Is it trucks? Is it accounts? What is it what are some main factors that you need to get the boat close to the dock?
No doubt that some of you have tuned into this podcast because you've just started or you want to start your own lawn care or landscaping business. Brian has created the How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program. This video course will help you understand the basics and get you moving in the right direction. Some of the topics covered: the startup phase and laying a great foundation, the basics of equipment shopping and purchasing, what to look for when you're shopping for a trailer. I really like the all things marketing and advertising section. The practical tips here alone are worth the cost. The How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program also shows you how to bid and estimate projects. That's helpful just to even see if you want to take on some projects. Brian also shows you best practices for back-end office work and proper workflow. Click the link in the show description for LawntrepreneurAcademy.com and get the How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program for only $99. And join the thousands of people that we've helped achieve success with their lawn care company.
What are some main factors that you need to get the boat close to the dock?
Well, equipment-wise, every year I've been upgrading. Like this past year for fall cleanups, I was able to get a BR 800. I think.
Yeah, that's the best of the best.
I was able to get that, and so I had an Echo, like a 580. I think that's what they call it. It's an entry level backpack blower, and so I was able to upgrade from that to the 800, and then I upgraded my weed eaters. I got the new FS 95, I think I want to say
94s.
94s, yeah. I got those. And then I obviously got my truck and my trailer, and I just bought the first year that I started landscape, I decided I want to pick up my more accounts. I got the Ferris. It's a Z1. It's a 48-inch. So I got all the equipment I need to start, but I'd say it's just picking up more accounts.
Okay, so yeah, you've got a legit equipment setup. I mean, that's not holding you back at all.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to be just the mow, blow, and go guy. Like I want to be able to do everything.
Yeah,
not just
But you sound equipped. You're a smart dude. You're in your last thing of your last semester of college. You've gotten this far. You're going to graduate. So I feel like you can learn stuff on the fly pretty quick. and teach yourself pretty well. I think you can also have so with the turf management with your horticulture degree. What does that teach? Like planting? Is it chemical stuff? What all are you learning in school? Like what can you take and implement in your business?
Oh, so with turf, there's a lot of practices you learn that they teach you, the books, the like you know the mathematics of part about it, like spray calibrating, stuff like that, or your chemicals, your fertilizers, stuff like that. They get in depth with that. And with horticulture, it's a lot of plant ID, tree ID, stuff like that. And but honestly, they tell us that they try to get us to go out on the field and actually learn what we're learning in the classroom and actually put it to use, out in the field. So they
Get
make
some
you
real
have
hands-on
internships,
experience.
yeah, to actually get some hands-on experience, and that's honestly the best way to learn, for me at least.
I
Because
think most people learn hands on a lot better than they
yeah,
do
because
just reading a
you can
book.
sit in you can sit in there and take all of this information in, but you'll forget about it by the end of the day if you don't put it to good use.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, man, I don't know. This is a really interesting topic and a really interesting conversation that we're having. I mean, do you have any questions? I mean, I've kind of just given my input. What are some questions that you have? Do you have anything? Maybe you have a question that somebody else is wanting to ask, because I'm sure if you got one, there's other people that are out there that are thinking the same thing.
I don't know, man. I mean, uh, well, I guess I got caught up just because it was, it's an NFL job and and whatnot. But I don't know. I think I definitely want to do my own landscaping business, because it's just being, like I said, your own boss. And
Yeah,
I don't need somebody to tell me how to blow this way or that way, when I already know how to do all of that. And I just I don't know what road I should really take. Like,
yeah.
I'm guessing you think I should go with the well, I mean, what do you think I should do?
No, I mean, like I said, I'm just going to give my personal input, and everybody can take it how you like it, and you can take it how you like it. I mean, you don't have to listen to it or not. If I was in your situation, I'll give you a little. I think what I would do going back, and I'm not an expert, man. I still have so much stuff to learn. I could be wrong in even saying this. I don't know. There's people out there that will disagree with me. I think I don't know. You're in such a tough spot. The whole NFL thing. I think I would be in the same boat that you are, and that would really hold me up. That I think I would get caught up in that, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing that I would let the letters NFL keep me to a
Oh
job,
yeah.
keep me tied to a job that I didn't want to
No,
be in.
but that's the thing that I had to learn is, a job title is not, you know, is not who you are. It doesn't determine your identity.
Not at all.
So
No, not at the end of
so
the day.
like, it's cool and all, but I'd rather, yeah, like you said, rather have my own thing going on than
Yeah, I mean,
the three letters.
I think it would definitely be. It would be hard for me to get over that too. You probably get to meet some cool people, make some really cool connections, maybe be
Oh
around some
yeah.
players and stuff. Like that's a really really cool opportunity. But I don't know. I think you are honed in on the whole being an entrepreneur and being your own business owner. I think that from what I'm hearing in this interview is this conversation is that's what you want to be doing. At the end of the day, everything that you said leads me back to that point of you want to control your own destiny and you want to be an entrepreneur and a business owner, which I'm 100% in line with. That's what we're on the podcast talking about is entrepreneurship.
Oh
So I
yeah.
think
And
that's the way that it sounds like you really want to go.
yeah, and just, I'm in charge of my own salary or whatever, and you know, I'm in charge of my own. It's up to me
Yeah, no one else
to
tells you how
make,
much you make money, how
no,
much money you
yeah,
make.
yeah. Like, I heard this thing where it says the salary is it's just the number to keep you, tied to that job, or it was something like that. And that's true. Like, just think about how many hours we work.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm.
like the hours we put in, and
That's exactly what I'm.
but
That's what I'm saying here. Is do you really want to be working a job where you're out until 2 or 3 in the morning when you have a family at home?
yeah, definitely. If I was single and didn't have anything going on, I'd probably ride that out for years to come. But time is something we can't get back. So
Exactly.
I don't want to miss a lot out.
Let's talk about this really quick. You talk about getting the boat close to the dock and going full time. You're in a lot better position right now to do it than you ever will be because you're not married, you don't have kids relying on you. You're not in a place where you have a bunch of other people relying on you to generate a certain amount of income to pay your mortgage, to do this, to do that, to buy clothes and baby formula and everything that comes with that.
Yeah.
And that's a huge expense. I mean, the difference. That's why everybody says that everybody has their own story and everything is different for everyone in their own situation because the person that has a full family and they're trying to go full time can't take the same advice that somebody can't take the same path that somebody in your situation would take. So to you, it sounds like you are I mean, we've talked about it. You're at a crucial point where this decision really needs to hurry up and be made, and you decide where you want to go and how you want to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's where. Yeah, that's just like a lot of pressure. Like I said, I only got a few months until I walk the stage and graduate, and it's kind of like I'm officially on. You're on your own.
Yeah, for sure. When is the Panthers? How long is their offer extended to you? Do you know? Like when do you have to accept by?
Oh, I mean, it's honestly up to me, really. Right now, they've been really lenient with my schedule. Like, I get to go to class, and then on my days off, I get to go work over there, and so they work around my schedule a lot, which I really like. And so that's why I'm just, iffy about everything, really, because right now there's not much that'll really work around my schedule, and I have to finish this degree.
Yeah,
This is my
you're this
last
far in.
semester. Yeah, I'm already, this far in. I can't just drop it.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had like some days where I kind of just want to drop it and you know just keep doing what I'm doing with my own thing or this job. But obviously, I kind of need that degree to get an NFL job like that. But
and aside from that, you're this far in, you've devoted this much time to it. It will look good on your resume for your business, like that. At the end of the day, when you can go up to your board of education and say, "Look, here's my degree. I went to this school. I got this education. We can do your fields. We can do all this stuff. Let us do the job."
Yeah.
That is, to me, that is where you need to be heading. That needs to be your biggest
bread and butter.
That needs to be your priority is. Because that's such a niche that not everybody does. It's like you're saying, they leave it to the coaches. Like and aside from maybe take the school board of education. People bid that out, but like there's so many other opportunities for you to take care of fields. There's so many other people that have fields besides schools.
Yeah. Like around my area, we got the mow blowing guys. We got the guys who can do hardscapes, but that's really about it. There's a lot more that needs to be done around here, and that's the fields is something that honestly nobody really does at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this conversation has helped someone out there, at least maybe get their wheels turning. I know we're not coming to a final decision on here. I mean, that's something that you need to pray about and discuss with your girlfriend, sure. and definitely taking some serious thought. But I've enjoyed kind of walking through it with you and giving my little input that I can give, what little knowledge I have. And I think you're thinking the right thoughts. I think you're heading for the right path. I think it's just you're at a crucial point. There's a lot of stress that comes along with that. Luckily for me, I was never in a position where I had to make that call. I just hopped in it straight out of the beginning when I was young, and I just ran with it. I was still living at home when I took it over, and I just kind of took off with it. So I didn't have all the expenses of life to make that I had to fulfill to make that jump. And that's why we said it's so crucial to figure all this stuff out before you get wife and kids and a family, because it makes life so much easier. being able to get the boat close to the dock. So
Yeah. But
um,
that job, yeah, it has its ups and downs for sure, and it's definitely opened a lot of new connections and a lot of doors that if I hadn't taken this job, then I don't think any of that would have happened.
yeah. No, I
So,
think, I think every job has its season, has its place in your season of life. Yeah,
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think you were wrong in taking this job by any means, and you
Mm.
might not be wrong for taking this job next year or the year after that. I think it's just one of those things that you have to decide personally, and you have to decide with God and pray through things. And I think He'll help clear up the image for you, that you just got to decide where you want to be in 5 years and what kind of path you're going to take to get there. And it all starts. It does start now. And do you want to? Like we said, do you want to ride it out a year there,
Yeah.
build up that income, get the boat close to the dock, and then next year take that leap? And maybe you want to work at the Panthers for 2 years and get some more experience with the turf area. Maybe you feel like you need more time under your belt, and then you can take it to your own crew and say, let's go run this thing. Or maybe you're ready to go this spring and say, hey, let's just do it. Let's go all in. And once school's out, summer's here, we're going to go all in and make it with what we can. I think all three of those are options that are very possible, but that's going to have to be made up in your own mind and your own personal life with your girlfriend and God overall.
Oh yeah. It's a tough situation, but
I think
I'll
you
figure
can,
it out. Yeah.
I think you're a smart dude. I think you're going to figure it out. I hope that I've helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope we're not just going in circles here. I want to.
Oh no. No, you're definitely
I want to give a little bit of advice if we can, and I know there's other guys out there that, man, if there's anybody out here that's listening to this episode right now, and you like, man, I've been in that spot, I've been in that scenario, reach out to Randy here, and I'm sure Randy, you would like them to reach out to you, right? You would like some input and some help.
Oh yeah. No. I'll take all the input I can get.
Yeah.
All the help I can get.
So
for
I
sure.
mean, I know we have listeners out there that I've personally talked to that have been in this spot of trying to decide if they want to go full time, and they have made a decision. And maybe there's somebody out there that's listening that is in the spot right now that you're like, man, I don't know if I should go full time. Maybe you and Randy can have a good talk and y'all can discuss things together because y'all can relate and be like, man, we're in the same spot, and y'all can really do something about it. Feed off each other's momentum and take this thing to the next level. So I don't know. I've enjoyed this conversation because I think people are going to learn from it. Just hearing the situations that you're in and that you are having to make those tough decisions, and I don't know. I think you can definitely help some people out there because it's just letting if nothing else, you're letting other people know that they're not the only one out there that's going through it. And man, I want you to know that you're not the only one out there that's going through it. There's other people going through this exact same decision.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one for sure.
But well, man, is there anything else you want to ask or leave the audience with? Anything else any other topics you want to talk about?
I mean, nah, that's really about it. Just nothing much, man.
Yeah, just trying to decide what to do.
Really. Yeah. Just got to pray about it, honestly.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I would be specific in your prayers. That's one thing that I've learned growing up and being a believer is don't be broad. If you want an answer, ask God a specific question, and He might give you a specific answer. It might not be in the timing that you want, but He's going to reveal Himself to you in some way, shape, or form, and He'll give you the answer that you need, that He knows is right for your life.
Yeah, and I remember I saw this quote the other day, and it's kind of crazy because I just opened my phone and I saw it, and I was talking to my buddy about this whole business idea. But it said the same God that gave you that business idea is the same God that's going to give you those clients, and that's kind of when it just like switched on me, and that's so true. So
absolutely, it takes faith.
Yeah.
It takes faith.
Yeah.
It takes belief. I mean, when I started my company, I didn't know where I was going to be. I mean, I had plans to get married. Now I wasn't at that point yet, but I had plans. I had goals. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but the Lord provided. I stayed true to Him and trusted Him in everything that we did, and stayed faithful to tithing and giving offerings and helping the widows and the poor, and just trying to be the best Christian that I could be, and the Lord provided in more ways than I can even imagine. I can even explain.
Yeah.
There's so many areas. So definitely stay faithful in that area, and I think you're going to have more clarity than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I can get on here and say and ramble whatever I want. You can have coaching calls with whoever you want and pay whatever amount of money you want. But at the end of the day, God's right there to talk to you for free, and He's going to give you more clarity than any guru or coach or anything else can tell you. Not to say those things are bad. Not to say getting advice from people here on earth is a bad thing. I mean, people that have had experience and have gone through the situation. But at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna help you and show you which way you need to be going.
Yeah, that's true.
So, well, man, I appreciate it. If you don't have anything else, kind of tell everybody where they can find you if they do want to reach out and kind of connect and see kind of compare situations or help you if they can.
Yeah. So Instagram is Magnolia_landscape. And, I just got a couple posts up on there, nothing too big. It's fairly new. That's really it. Just find me on there.
I hear you. Well, man, everybody go check them out on Instagram right there. And it is going to be a fun time seeing where you go in the future. I'm definitely going to stay tuned and check in. I want to stay in touch and see how the Lord blesses you and see where your company goes in the future. Maybe whatever it may be. I mean, I think you have the decision to make there. And deep down, I think you know what you want to be doing. But we're going to let you make that decision and let the Lord help you. So,
yeah.
So I'm very appreciative of you coming on here today and sharing your story, man. I think he's definitely going to help some people out there.
Yep. Hope it does.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will for sure. Guys, if you're listening, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You can email me. My email will be in the show notes. You can find us on Instagram. Shoot us a DM. If you enjoyed the show, leave us the ratings and reviews. Those really help us in the long run and help us get out there and boost the show to a bigger audience and get bigger guests on so we can just keep bringing more value and more content here in the future so we can continue to grow this community one relationship at a time. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Randy, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Well,
all right, you have a good one, man. Thanks.
You too, buddy. We will catch up with everyone here on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.